So I've just been turned down by PIP and the DWP, my level of care. I've been cared for since birth by the old system. I was on the second tier. I was meant to be on the third tier. The doctors asked me to go on the third tier, the higher one. But they said, due to PIP happening, might as well wait for them and assess me to go for the higher one. I have two critical illnesses. For people that don't know, I have cystic fibrosis and diabetes. My first critical illness is my worst one, my cystic fibrosis. I will die from it. It's inevitable, you will die from it. Unless you get hit by a fucking bus. It attacks the respiratory system. This is a quick just run over what it does. It attacks the respiratory system, organs, vital organs, liver, kidneys, intestines. Due to the tablets I take, it killed my pancreas off, which then formed a level 1 diabetes, cystic fibrosis diabetes, which attacks my kidneys, eyesight, intestines. That's another awful disease that I have. The sidelines effects is obviously the depression you can have from it. I mean, that's not a vitable thing, but you go through situations in life with this disease. These are critical diseases that will kill you and your extensive family that you've been brought up with, that have it. You see them die and you can't even be there with them. So that's a side effect, one of the side effects. These are the reasons they have turned me down. Functions restricting to movement or power in the upper or lower limbs, hands and spine. Although you report a low mood affecting your motivation to cook. Right, I didn't really say that. I mean, low moods can affect my cooking. Yeah, I mean, when I'm really ill, you get low moods. I mean, when you're coughing up blood, you feel like shit. You know, you're not going to be blood out. Oh yeah, I'm happy. No, you're going to feel like shit. Like you think, oh fuck me, is this the start of the end? You know. So yeah, low moods can affect my cooking, but at the same time, I wasn't disputing my low moods was the cause of what I was claiming. You know, I'm claiming for two critical illnesses. My depression is a sideline. You know, it's not the main cause. Cooking prescribed second-line antidepressants and have no regular special input. Well, that's bollocks, because if I had fucking antidepressants, I've got to have a specialist input, ain't I? You know? So the regularity, yeah, I agree with them now. Don't have a lot of regularity of depression care or psychiatry care, but that's, like I said, that was a sideline. This is not the main cause of what I am claiming for. This is just when I feel absolutely shit, when you're like in a hospital, away from your family, you're isolated away from your family for 2-3 weeks in hospital, right? You hear people in the next room to me in my old hospital. I could hear a bloke really coughing. It turns out he was dying. He died once. They resuscitated him. He was in the bed next to me. I could hear him dying of my disease. Yeah, it has some effects on the fucking brain, you know, like. But yeah, again, that's a sideline to it. That the reason I got depression and feel like that is because I'm in a room next to someone that's dying with my illness. That's what I'm going to go through. I see my friends, my extensive family, as I call them, we've been brought up together, age 1 all the way up, and we see each other die. We never can be with them. We can't be in the same room with them. You can't even help them. So yeah, it affects my brain sometimes, you know. Your mental status examination shows you have required general memory and sorry, I can't read it. I'm pretty dyslexic. I miss a lot of school because of hospital. Mental and concentration with normal manner, not anxiety, anxious or tense. You coped with your assessment with very good eye contact. So what? Because I can talk to someone with good eye contact, that stops me being ill. So I've got a mark against me for having eye contact by talking to someone. Right. Right. Considering this is another thing, we are getting assessed or examined by an unmedical, someone that ain't got a medical degree. And when they class their eye, they got a medical degree, they've had a fucking Red Cross training, you know, like a bit of first aid training. We have hospitals dotted around England specialised in cystic fibrosis. We have specialised nurse, doctors, dietitian, physio, psychological, social care. All these fields, they are specialised in. This is a disease that you have to be specialised in. You just can't send anyone around and say, yeah. But by this report at the moment, they're assessing me by my mental status and they're saying I'm pretty sane. Well, fuck yeah, I am. I'm not claiming I'm not. You know, I'm not claiming I'm mental. I'm not claiming for this because my head's not there. I'm claiming it because of critical illness. Yeah. So marks against me is eye contact and moving my limbs. Yeah, I wasn't disputing that I couldn't move my fucking limbs. I was disputing my fucking organs are failing. So, and even that, you got function, movement, power in the upper limbs. People in wheelchairs can move. Not like Bob, but they can move their arms and they've got fucking strong arms. You know? So what, that classifies them not disabled because what, they can move. Adam Hills, Alex Brooker, they've got no legs. They fucking play rugby. They swing channels. But they're disabled. They're proud disabled people. Why do we have to feel guilty of being disabled? Why can't we be proud? A copy with its assessments promoting requires function of history. You are able to calculate fat, carbohydrates, contents in your food. Manage medication yourself. Your breathing is not affected by showering or no difficulties getting on and off the toilets, and don't wear incontinent pads. Right. None of this I was disputing to claim this. I mean, like I said, we have specialists in dietitian. Of course we're not going to know what the fuck to eat. There's things we have to eat. We have to know this stuff for our illness. It's something, you know, it's drummed into us from day one, our dietitian, from specialists. We have special fucking medication and we have bulk up drinks that we can get by the fucking ton to just keep our weight on and keep our fucking bodies functioned. That is a vital part of this fucking illness, is our dietitian. So what, I'm getting marks against knowing what to eat. So eye contact, mental status, and knowing what to eat. Nothing about my cystic fibrosis yet, or diabetes. Oh yeah, and that's another thing, diabetes. I've got fucking diabetes. Of course I want to know what I'm going to eat. I've got to calculate fucking carbohydrates for the insulin. If I didn't, I'd die. Right, so I've been put marked against this. Oh, and incontinence pads. Apparently I can't shit myself unless I'm wearing pads. Our stomachs, our intestines are fucked. We have to take some laxative, like strong laxative, fucking strong. Like, I kid you not, sometimes I look wrong and shit comes out my ass. It literally just fucking falls out, alright? But because I'm not wearing incontinence pads, apparently I fucking don't shit myself. You said that you are physically able to dress yourself. Well, yeah, I didn't dispute that. I couldn't. No hearing difficulties or understanding normal conversation. Yeah, again, I didn't dispute this. This is not to do with my illness. You see your mother and family and all right, here we go. You see your mother, family and friends and use social media and know the value of things and can make simple purchases. So hang on, am I getting marked against having friends and family and using social media? Is that what you're saying? Because I can understand social media and have fucking friends and family that love me, that's a mark against me. I'll tell you what, I went through a fucking time in my life that I was going to fucking kill myself. A really bad time I struggled with. And if it wasn't for them friends or family, I'd be fucking dead. And you're going to mark that against me. A lot of people out there have committed suicide because they don't have the fucking level of love that I've had. And you're marking this against people. So apparently, if you're disabled, you shouldn't have friends and family. Because if you do, it gets marked against you. Right, let's go down. I can make simple purchases. Well, yeah, I fucking shit. Amazon Prime. It's not that fucking hard, is it? You have difficulties preparing food. Yeah, somewhat. While physical examination shows no function restriction. Whilst your physical exam shows no function restrictions, you are reported breathlessness and fatigued whilst cooking. Yeah, I mean, when we get really ill, we are like bedridden, and sometimes if people are out, you're gonna need to eat. You can't fucking not eat. So, I mean, there's times I've sat on the fucking floor and just cooked some crumpets in the fucking oven. Do you know what I mean? In function of the history of you reporting the stream from cooking can affect your breathing, I declare. Oh, you declare, do you? So thank you. Now I have your fucking approval. I can be happy with my life, can I? I decided you needed aid to prepare cooking and simple foods. So I need aid to cooking food. Yeah, when I'm really, really ill, yeah. You said you have difficulty planning and following journeys. There is no evidence of congestive or visual impairment which indicates the ability of planning and following routes, familiar journeys, even if decisions. As you have done those visual impairments. So they're saying I have no visual impairments. Fucking glasses. Got cataracts. Diabetes affects eyesight. But I've got no visual impairments. Yeah, again, none of this is to do with my cystic fibrosis, the medication I take, the care that I need, the hospital treatments I have, the diabetes. None of this has been said so far. This is telling me that I can't have friends, I can't have family, which I'm planning journeys. Right, we have hospitals dotted around England for cystic fibrosis. They're specialised. We can't just go to any hospital. My hospital for cystic fibrosis is 2.5 hours away. I'm in Essex. It's in Cambridge. It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours drive. I need to know them fucking journeys to go to my hospital. I wasn't disputing that I didn't know how to do journeys. I was disputing that when I do journeys, if I'm on laxative, I'm going to need to know where toilets are, so I kind of plan ahead where things are that I can stop and have a shit. But why would... So you're marking me against that I can plan journeys and good at planning journeys? Well, yeah, but at the same time, I don't get what you're trying to say. You're saying that because I'm a good, confident driver, I don't have your approval. So what? I've got to be a crap driver to... We pass a test. We fucking literally have to pay for a test to get approval for the government to drive cars. We have to be confident. We have to be confident of knowing journeys. I wouldn't have a license if I was an incompetent driver, would I? I would have failed my test. So what you're trying to say is I should be an incompetent driver to get your approval. So I should be a nutter on the road and you'll give me a mark for it. Or you saying... I mean, because it goes down in a minute to this. It says that I can walk so many distance, so about 80 feet before I start getting quite out of breath, which is quite normal for me. You do get fucking... I sound awful. Like I'll go in the shop and some woman turned around to me, "You got asthma?" I was like, "No, I've got fucking cystic fibrosis." She was like, "Yeah, I can hear you really deep breathe." I didn't know. It's just how I breathe, you know? So they're saying I can walk 80 feet, but they're saying I can plan journeys. So if it's not even by car, they're saying I can plan journeys but can't walk it. You're going, none of this is to do with my care, my hospital treatments, my medication, the things I have to do. I mean, he's literally just saying, I don't even know what he was trying to say. So I've got things against me that's nothing to do with my illness. And there are things against me that are quite ridiculous, like friends and family, you know, and journeys and, you know, knowing how to eat. Yeah, these are all things that I'm good in these fields because we've been taught this at a young age. We've had to know our illness inside out. We've had a specialist. We've had years and years of understanding our illness. And I mean, what are you trying to say? That I'm a proud person with good social skills, and that's gone against me. It's... fuck yeah, I'm proud. Fuck yeah, I'm a proud disabled person. Because I'll tell you what, do you know what? If I didn't do the shit that I've done today, I wouldn't be even here today. I've exceeded levels that these wankers will never fucking exceed. I was told I was going to die at 20. I got to 21. I was going to die that I was going to die at 30. I've got to 31. They are now telling me that I can die at 50. And I want to fucking prove them wrong. Too fucking why I want to prove them wrong. But why have I got to feel guilty of being a proud disabled person and have my level of care taken away from me? Because what? I'm a proud, non-mental patient. What? And all that's going to stop my lungs giving out, my heart giving out, my intestines giving out. So my level of care has been ripped away from me for being a good person, a good, proud person. And I sometimes don't give myself credit for that. But maybe I am, so fuck you. fuck you for making me feel this way.